Hi everyone, I'm Dashni Ramu from Faculty Built Environment and Surveying. Today I'd like to talk about the psychological profiling for individual adjustment strategy. The personal details of mine is my name is Dashni Ramu, age 21, ethnicity Hindu, nationality Malaysian, course of study is Bachelor Science in Geoinformatics, Faculty Built Environment and Surveying, year of study second year, family eldest child, address is Gombak Selangor. So the introduction, where the objective of the assignment is to do the report for psychological profiling for individual adjustment strategy, to develop a profile of my personality, motivation, and copying style from the websites, to identify my strengths based on my profile, to identify my weakness based on my profile, to illustrate my self potential, to adjust, adapt, cope with new situation, to articulate practical strategy for me to adjust, adapt, or cope with challenging situation. So, at first, we can see the psychological profiling of my personality test score, which is openness to experience is 6, conscientiousness is 45, extroversion is 45, agreeableness is 9, natural reaction is 72. So, if you see the elaboration or characteristic of my personal traits, in openness experience, the low range scoring of my scoring is I'm traditionalized, down to earth, practical, conservative, prefers traditional outlooks and technical problem solving. In describing high range scoring person is imaginative, open-minded, experimental, prefers creative, conceptual problem solving. Constituencies, which is work technique, I would say I'm in low range scoring person is spontaneous, disorganized, prefers flexible plans, display precise details. In high range scoring person, conscientious, disciplined, efficient, well organized, likes precise details, strong sense of duty, which is high, very high score, could be described as work alcoholic. In extroversions, say reserved, formal, serious, quiet, prefers working alone, avoids direct leadership roles. In hiring scoring, say outgoing, friendly, assertive, likes working with others, enjoys direct leadership roles. Agreeableness, hard-headed, self-centered, competitive, proud, prefers competition over cooperation. In high range scoring, compassionate, eager to please, good nature, prefers cooperation over competition and conflict. Natural reactions in high range score, not easily upset in stressful situations, relaxed, resilient, and calm. In high range scoring, experiences negative emotional reactions and feelings of anxiety, prone to worry, easily upset. So next we would like to see the source of motivation, where my motivation score for the first is mastery is 100%. You can see at this side you can see my mottos for the motivations test score. Second is recognition is 88%. Teamwork is 88%, wealth 88%, stability 80%, autonomy 76%, meaning 76%, status 76%, power 52%. So we like to see the elaboration of my top three sources of motivation. First is mastery. Mastery is excited by the challenge of afforded by the work that I did. I seek to be an expert at chosen trade or field. My standards are internal, but I do seek to learn from others. I shy away from situations where I will be totally out of my field to expertise. I tend to seek to be a nice professional, specialist, craft person, technician, or industry expert. I take great pride in completing difficult or demanding tasks. Other team members may be seen as functionaries or helpers or to my overall performance. The structure of my work and working environment is very important. I need to be provided with complete tasks or seek the information to fill in any holes. Training and development are very important to me and require great care. I need to the room to grow to become a master in my applied craft. Second is recognition. I accepted to be a well-recognized and respected team members or contributor. The opinion of others about me in same field is important for me. Those outside or generous sphere of influence or importance don't matter as much when it comes to recognition. I avoid situations where others do not value my work. Mostly, I like working for organizations and teams that clearly already recognize their contributing members. There can be no real guess working about it. I seek and need follow of positive feedback from all levels of my team, family, and friends. I like to know where you stand at all times. Outgoing and humanistic leaders and managers are a must for me. I need that constant stream of input from those that matter the most of your progress. I also desire that people catch you doing the right things. This may mean that those who work with or manage me need to fight temptations to break it. Genuine positive feedback is a must. Flattery is useless to me. Third is teamwork. I'm excited to be part of team. I enjoy working with others and get a real kick out of the closeness involved. The relationship and energy created by working with teams is very important to me. I really do not like working alone or with unknown people. I'm mostly productive when I have a group of family folks to work with. My environment must encourage good communication, collaboration, and sharing of resources. For me, relationships are often more important, and then the end results of the process. I must be a part of humanistic organizational culture in order to survive. Situations that stuff off my work into a solitary cube will cripple my energy. I do not require good leadership and team-oriented management. I do require good leadership and team-oriented management in order to thrive. So the next we're going to see coping style. So here you can see my the coping style has cost. First is for my stress report. Second is my emotional management. Uh, Third is disengagement. Fourth is internalization. Okay, so first for the stress report, to deal with stressful situation or event, I will often put aside other activities and focus all my energy on the stressor. However, after the initial shock of an event has worn off, I will spend much energy coming up with action strategies and thinking about what steps I need to take to handle my best problems. In dealing with a stressful situation, I sometimes rely on love and support of my social network, including both friends and family. I seek moral support, sympathy, and understanding. I also will never use alcohol or drugs as a means of escaping stress. I prefer to face up to situation uninhibited by mind-altering substance. I have an extremely positive ability to see the upside of negative event or situation. This allows me to understand and internalize the problem and grow as a person, possibly allowing me to prevent or overcome the same problem in the future. Second, functional management. When I'm stressed, I will often take direct action to fix or remove or minimize the source of my stress. This can involve formulating a step based on plan to directly deal with the source of the stress. After the initial shock of an event has worn off, I will spend much energy coming up with action strategies and thinking about what steps that I will need to take the best handle for my problems. To deal with stressful situation or event, I will often put aside other activities and focus all my energy on the stressor. When the situation calls for it, I'm able to show a great deal of restraint and patience in waiting for the correct time to act. I almost never act prematurely. Then emotional management. Sometimes I will focus strongly on what is distressing or upsetting me and vent my feelings. This can be helpful, for example, in creating a more mooring period, but can sometimes prevent me from moving beyond a problem in a timely manner. In dealing with stressful situations, I sometimes rely on the love and support of my social network, including both friends and family. I also seek moral support, sympathy, and understanding. Then disengagement. If I'm unable to remove myself from stressful situation, I occasionally disengage myself mentally by distracting with TV, sleep or daydreaming. I will almost never separate myself from stressful situation and will not reduce my effort to deal with the stressor at all, even in very stressful situation. I also have been known to actively deny that a situation exists and will pretend that stressful event did not happen to help me cope with it. This can be helpful in coping immediately with a situation, but can lead to more problems if I'm allowed to continue. I will never use alcohol or drugs as means of escaping stress. I also prefer to face up to situations uninhibited by mind-altering substances. Then we going to see the psychological advantage. First of all, is strength of my personality, openness to experience. Well, on one of my strengths in personality is I'm down to earth, where people usually call it attractive because they are relatable. They are the relatable because they making an effort to understand what is important, interesting, and of value to others. The choices that they make and the things that they say are based on the circumstances and people that surround them. Hence, a person who is down to earth is grounded in reality. I will have big dreams and extravagant goals, but I also has a solid understanding of my current situation. I know my strengths and weakness and what kind of work is going to be required to reach those goals. Besides that, being practical is my strength in my personality. Practical people tend to be pliable, adapting to a customer's or surrounding will be easier for me. Practical people tend to have high level of self-esteem and the confidence of dealing with a situation or solving a problem in one of the best way possible. Hence, I can solve a problem easily without stressing out so much. Practical person also has a good sense of prioritizing work. Maintaining a logical order of tasks is their biggest strength. Confidence and ability to make rational decisions in life is the significant quality of a practical person. They don't just assume things and act. They know, but they know what they are doing. Then I'm also an imaginative person. Imaginative person, people usually intellectually thoughtful will be very busy. In truth, creative people are often busy and easily distracted. For some of us, they would seem as either confused or perhaps psychos. While we continue to think this undesirable persons, it is because such person that we have a broadened world with open ideologies and perspectives. They also are independent thinkers. They would ask perhaps what is the expectationally creative people are busy doing. They're always thinking out of the norm, out of the box, out of the ordinary. But they are often thinking alternative processes, means the and ways to live in success. This make most of them innovators. They also very creative and big dreamers while they are in their own kind of world and lost in thought. They tend to think of life better than now, and while this is natural, most of us tend to believe in hopeless. You would then wonder how we become successful in the first place if not through following our big dreams. Moreover, I also an open-minded person. Open-minded in the willingness to actively search for confidence that goes against one's favorite beliefs, plans, or goals. Open-minded individuals are able to weigh all the evidence fairly when it is available. They see the other side and fight the tendency to have a bias for their own views, and rather than favoring the socially dominant views, they give attention to those that are less dominant. This character strength helps individuals build knowledge about specific issues or points of view and provide sound recommendations and advice. Open-minded people do not jump to conclusion. Instead, they seek out and examine all of the available evidence before forming an opinion. Individuals with the character strength of open-minded are more likely to have accurate decisions and decisions that they won't regret. This is because they think through all sides of a problem and actively fight my side bias, which happens when people generate evidence, evaluate evidence, and test hypotheses in a manner biased towards their own superior opinions and attitudes. This will make them good problem solver. 2. Open-minded individuals are often good listeners and called upon to provide a balanced viewpoint. Both listening and ability to deliver reasonable and practical advice are marks of good friends and confidants. These strengths help individuals form meaningful and lasting relationships. On a group level, open-mindedness is crucial in counterating groupthink. Individuals with strength help their group identify the correct goals, evidence, possible alternative, and final decision to given problem. Consequences, which is work ethic. Firstly, I'm a spontaneous person. Spontaneous people are always up to try something new. They are never happy doing the same thing in day the same thing day in day out. Even if they are stuck in a job that requires them to sit in office cubicle all day, they will spice up the day any way they can. It could be simple as ordering something new from local restaurant for lunch or putting on different Pandora set station while they get their work done. Spontaneous people also rarely end up sitting on the couch all night watching sitcom returns. They will be the ones always ready to do something rather than just hang out. Because they are always trying something new, spontaneous people never get bored and always stay fresh. Spontaneous people are ready to do something new moments notice. While others might turn down a last minute invitation to happy hour, spontaneous people will not only accept the invitation, they will start calling others and making even bigger plans for the night. And if plans change, that's totally fine by them. Spontaneous people don't feel tied down to one plan and will be more than happy to accommodate a contingency as long as it leads to an exciting adventure. This go with the flow attitude helps them avoid conflict and confrontation and allows them to ride the wave and excitement that continuously exists within their life. This proves that spontaneous are more flexible. Not only do spontaneous people go with the flow, but they also get lost in their own. Think of artists, writers, and musicians who can sit for hours creating paintings, poems, and songs without stopping to censor or criticize their work. They don't set boundaries for what they can accomplish, choosing to first get their ideas out there before deciding whether to keep them or not. They are not constantly stopping and thinking about what to do next. They simply do whatever comes to mind. Spontaneous people tend to not stress out over much. They understand that life goes on, whether it goes as planned or not. Since their natural instinct is to play it by ear, they have no problem dealing with situations they didn't expect. They are also less disappointed when things don't turn out the way they expected, as they will simply move on to whatever life has in store for them next. And of course, when life does get stressful, spontaneous people know how to shake things up in order to relieve the stress and get over the hurdle they are currently facing. It may be a bit of conjecture, but it stands to reason then that those who are more flexible, creative, and relaxed than others will ultimately be happier with their life. Spontaneous people make the best every situation they face and take full advantage of everything life has to offer. True happiness is fleeting concept, having a mindset which allows you to always see the bright side of things certainly will optimize your ability to keep positive outlook. While everyone in this world faces their fair share of ups and downs, the spontaneous among us remain resilient and press forward to the next big thing life has to offer. Besides that, I'm very conscientious person. When someone is conscientious, they are able to exercise self-discipline and self-control in order to pursue the ultimately achieve their goals. Typically, people who score high in conscientious are organized, determined, and able to postpone immediate gratification for the sake of long-term success. Moreover, I'm well-organized person. An organized personality is a person who is naturally neat, punctual, and detailed. Their habits and behavior in life and at work are ordered, planned, and efficient. They have natural organizational skills that other personality types might have to work to develop. Many employers value employees with organized personality because they are often reliable, effective, and productive at work. They make lists like writing things down makes them easier to remember. An organized person makes lists of important information such as daily tasks, dates, contact information, ideas or observation, requests from co-workers, goals. They might organize the items on their list by importance so that they will remember to complete the most urgent ones first. They also update their list throughout the day, removing completed tasks and adding new ones. They also use organizational tools. A very organized person typically has a system for managing information. They might use tools such as spreadsheets, calendar, daily, weekly, and monthly planners, apps, projects management software, and note-taking programs. These tools help them manage work tasks and perform a high level. They have a routine. People with organized personality tend to follow predictable patterns. They might do not do the same things, check email, respond to meetings, request the report to their manager. For instance, in the same order at the beginning of each workday, routine helps them complete tasks faster and make them reliable colleagues. They are punctual. Organized personality usually arrive at work or meetings on time or slightly early. They also consistently complete projects on the time and meet deadlines. They might set calendar reminders or phone alerts and to stay on schedule throughout the day. Managers can rely on them to do their work efficiently and without reminders. They are optimistic. Someone with an organized personality typically has positive attitude and an optimistic outlook. They believe that they can accomplish tasks and procedures quality work. People often enjoy working with organized people because of their positive energy they set goals. Well-organized people enjoy setting and achieving goals. Their high levels of order and organization allows them to focus on that goal without getting distracted. They can easily prioritize tasks and set aside those that do not help them reach their immediate or long-term ambitions. Realizing a goal or milestone gives organized personality a sense of gratification. This will make them an efficient person too. Next is extroversion. I'm friendly and outgoing person. Studies show that being outgoing gives you an advantage in workplace. Extroverted people are more motivated by rewards, perform better on job, and earn more than their introverted colleagues. In fact, most leaders are extroverts. In fact, 96% of senior executives display outgoing personality, and higher you go up the corporate ladder, the greater the chance you have to come across extrovert. According to research published by the American Psychological Association, when participants act more extrovert, they feel happier. Interestingly, researchers also found that outgoing behavior may promote well-being. There is a direct link between social and positive effects. A person's inclination to experience positive emotion and interact with others are more positive. Outgoing people are more optimistic by nature. As a result, they cope with challenges in healthier, more productive way. When something stressful or unexpected happens, extrovert people don't immediately go to the worst case scenario in their minds. They stay calm, think about possible solution, and believe that everything will work out. Extrovert thrives in social environment, drawing energy from the people around them. At the party, they're probably going from group to group and making conversation with everyone. At work, they are the ones who don't hesitate to speak up during meetings and enjoy collaborating with their team. Agriculturalist, I'm a hard-headed person. It helps us stand our ground when everyone else is trying to tell us that we are strong. Use this discriminant. Stubbornness can be strong leadership quality and key determinant of success. Because stubborn people know what they want, they tend to be more decisive, they have greater focus, and they get things done. Besides that, I'm very competitive person. People with the strength of competition see the world around in them comparison. They often compare one thing to another, compare people with other people, or compare their thoughts and ideas. They have an amazing energy and drive to be engaged and to succeed. They always don't give up easily to achieve something. Moreover, I'm compassionate person. Compassionate improve your health by strengthening your immune system, normalizing your blood pressure, lowering your stress and depression, improving your physical recovery from illness, and even extending your life. Comparison enable you to understand yourself and others more as you seek to relieve suffering. Then, strength of motivation source. First is mastery. Mastery, where the strength of my motivation source is I always seek to be an expert at the field that I choose. I will make me to excel more about the field that I choose. I will learn more by doing self-study in order to expert in specifics on the specific field. I'm not a shy person at the situation where I need to expertise on something. Therefore, if I have doubt, I always feel free to ask or communicate to others in order to get more understanding. Although it's a difficult task, I always not give up and finish it well. This will increase my confidence level on me. Second is recognition. I always think others' opinion in the same field about me is very important for me. This is because if anyone have any negative opinion about me, I can correct myself. I also will let them know about their opinion on me if I'm wrong. I will make me feel better, and I also can work with others comfortable feeling. I always need a flow of positive feedback from all levels, hence it will help me to keep my progress level. Teamwork. I'm a good team worker, which team players typically have strong communication, collaboration, active listening, and problem-solving skills. To build my teamwork skills, I always consult with manager or trusted coworkers to identify areas of improvement. As a team member, I understand the role within the team and work to achieve the duties to the best of their ability. Third, I may offer help or solution to other team members. I also respect the boundaries of my position. Hence, my coworkers always feel comfortable to work with me. I seek for good leadership. This is because leadership can take on many forms. As a character, as a character strength, leadership refers to the tendency to organize and encourage a group to get things done. While maintaining good relationship within the group, the teamwork leadership involves being committed to the goals of the group. But how that commitment manifests itself is very different. Leadership involves setting goals and accomplishing them, enlisting effective help, building coalitions, and smoothing ruffled feathers. Effective leaders are able to provide a positive vision or message that inspires dedicated followers who feels empowered and perhaps even inspired. Then, strength of my coping styles. So, stress report, functional management, emotional management, disengagement. In dealing with a stressful situation, I will rely on love and support of my social network. Hence, I will get best solution from them. I also can deal the problem smartly. I also will never use alcohol or drugs as means escaping stress. Therefore, I will be healthy and not easily fall asleep. I have an extremely positive ability to see at the upside of the negative event or situation. Since I would not take any decision very fast, I always think deeply to see both positive and negative of the situation and take wise decision. This allows me to understand and internalize the problem and grow as a person. Possibly allowing me to prevent or overcome the same problem in the future. Weakness. So after this, we're going to see the psychological weakness. So the weakness of my personality, first is openness to experience. Although being creativity is good, but in truth, creative people are often busy and easily distracted. For some of us, they will seem as either confused or perhaps psychos. Why we continue to think these undesirable persons is because of such persons that have a broadened world with open ideologies and perspective. We all make mistakes, but the creative among us tend to make a lot of mistakes, especially since they are often lost in thought. While most of us will often apologize and make amends, they tend to spend most of their time thinking about the mistake and the lesson they can learn from such. This allows them to turn more failures into victories by bringing different perspectives to it. One other personality trait of the expansional creative is that they and very slow to commitment, and they do. They are easily bored. This includes being held down to single boring and less rewarding job and committing or one partner who may be very willing to spice up the unit. Back to the claim creative people have a bigger world wider. The truth is that they have a tendency to think deeply and pursue multiple interests and visions, therefore having more open minds to new culture, societies, people, perspectives, philosophies, and to a largely broader worldview. Then in extroversion, sometimes I'm quite quiet and prefers to work alone. This will cause difficulty to make friends or understand others easily in working place. I also avoid direct leadership sometimes, hence it will cause to lose a good opportunity. Weakness of my motivation, I would say in recognition, I avoid situations where others do not value my work. Hence, if anyone who not value my work, that would make me so worried and upset. This also would cause stress and make me feel down and unmotivated. Next is teamwork. I do not like working alone or with unknown people. This proves that I always work with my comfortable space. This is bad and I should experience work with unknown people too. Hence, I also can gain more knowledge experience from them. Weakness of my coping style, functional management or disengagement. To deal with stressful situation or event, I will often put aside other activities and focus all my energy on the stressor. I also unable to remove myself from a stressful situation. I will occasionally disengage myself mentally by distracting with TV, sleep, or daydreaming. I will almost never separate myself from a stressful situation. I will not reduce my effort to deal with the stressor at all even my stressful situation. I also have been known to actively deny that a such situation exists and will pretend that a stressful event did not happen. This will cause more stress and depress me more. This also make me mentally so tired and exhausted and cause some health problem. My anxiety also will increase due to this. Next, we're going to see the adjustment potential and challenges. How would I perform in new situation, environment, and challenges? First, personality. I'm open-minded and good problem solver. Hence, new environment, I always listen to others' opinion and also think in all side views and give good solution for a problem. I'm friendly and outgoing person, therefore I always can make friends easily in new environment and can gain more experience with different person. Motivation, I will do what it takes to increase my opportunities to complete jobs. I will take on more or make more many milestones. I will actively work with leads and management to gain accurate support structure. I will take on new complex or technical challenge and consider dropping or delegating simple or routine ones. I learn into your daily or weekly activities. I will take on new technologies, research, or general personal development. I will let my team, leads, and management know that I enjoy recognition for my advanced skill. Let management, leads, and co-workers know that I prefer regular appraisal. I will make a point to continually seek feedback from others, record my findings. I will let management, leads, and co-workers to seek positive feedback for good performance. I will find ways to gain tangible symbols of being valid of my contributions. Share the fact that you I want to honor for the success more than anything else. I will seek positions and work that gain a supportive climate. I will stay away from negative or overly critical people. I will always will only volunteer for projects and teams in order to participate in decision making process. I will do what it takes to work with cooperative colleagues that will cripple my energy. I will always try my best to work with team-oriented managers. I also seek warm relationship with others. I always be like work is work, but opportunity is depend meaning are worthwhile. In copying style, no matter how hard situation, I always find a best solution to solve it. Therefore, I will spend much energy coming up with action strategies and thinking about what steps I will need to take to best handle my problem. In dealing with stressful situations, I sometimes rely on love and support of my social network, including both friends and family. I seek moral support, sympathy, and understanding. I also will never use alcohol or drugs as mean as escaping stress. I prefer to face up to situations uninhibited by mind-altering substance. I have an extremely positive ability to see the upside of negative event or situation. This allows me to understand and internalize the problem and grow as a person, possibly allowing me to prevent or overcome some problem in the future. This is best thing to perform good in new environment situation. Next, we're going to see the adjustment strategy. Considering my strength, weakness, and challenges I will face, here I would like to suggest a strategy so that I can be successfully adapt or adjust or cope with a new situation or environment. I always think positive no matter how hard it is. Do not give up and always try my best to solve it or achieve. Do not be overstressed. I should not always think about the things that stress me. I should find a way to chill me down, and whenever I stress, I can divert my mind by doing the thing I like. Being friendly and outgoing person, I can make friends easily. This could be a big strength that I can have a big circle and experience and studies many people in my life. Being open-minded is best thing to, especially in workplace. It would make me successful person in future. In conclusion, I would like to say psychological profiling is a relatively new investigative technique that in the past 30 years has developed from what used to be described as an art to a rigorous science based on advanced empirical research. Results from the first wave of research have shown that there is validity to the idea that aspects of an offender's characteristic may be inferred from the way the offender acts at the crime scene. Ongoing research is focused on refining these efforts so that a systematic and reliable framework may be put in place, one that can be provide a solid basis of constructing a useful psychological tool for police investigations. Hence, by the psychological profiling, I study about myself very deeply and also useful for me in future. That's all for me. Thank you very much.